And next up is Lari Tuominen from Qvik, the guys behind our amazing apps for the conference. So I don't think I need to say any more, because Lari is going to come up on stage and tell you everything himself. Lari, come on up here. Always good to see you. Thank you.
Good to see you.
The stage is yours.
Thank you, Dimitri. Ladies and gents, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, and it's always a pleasure to be here amongst our startup friends. The title that was given to me today was Product Market Fit in Mobile Business. So we've heard a lot of stories, we've heard a lot of beautiful pitches today, and I think now it would be time to address the most challenging aspect of building any kind of business, which is the product market fit. I thought that instead of telling you what to do and how to behave and how to work, I'd like to address the topic from a bit different angle. I will go through 6 failure quotes, and we start with, "I wish we wouldn't have built the winning team so early." Throughout this presentation, I will look these quotes now through the eyes of building a mobile business. And the whole discussion about the product market fit typically relates to 3 key things, which are the product, obviously. There's a lot about the product today. And there's a lot of beautiful products, and there's a lot of beautiful people to build beautiful products. Then it's secondly about the market. It's about how good is our market, how adaptive is our market, how big is our market, what are the numbers, and so forth. But I think thirdly, it is about team, and building the winning team to do it. I think you belong to the minority, since most of the people that I meet daily, or not most, but a great deal of those, have beautiful idea, but I think they're lacking one of the most important thing, which is the team building. Building a mobile team, building a team that will win in the modern world, has probably not so much to do anymore with having the most beautiful and the best Linux system admins that can, create the best databases, the best scalable systems ever. So building a mobile team is probably not that. But I would rather urge people that are going to be in a mobile business to focus on something else, to focus on user experience, to focus on learning the users, to focus on graphics, building beautiful things. The mobile is more and more about the graphics, about the UI. You can't sell the beautiful database, but you can sell the beautiful application. Wish we wouldn't have hit the market so fast. Obviously, you're all familiar with the lean things, but I haven't ever heard that someone would have hit the market so fast. The product market fit that we discussed today, and I hope that you think today, start with the product. And as we discuss about the product, the typical thing is to focus on features. You will hear a lot of pitching about features. You will hear that we will have this feature, it works on this platform, and it can do this and this and this and this. And the funny thing is that most of the things that we see flying there in the markets are not that extensive. Actually, they have very limited set of features that are done really, really well. And now please do exclude the Facebook and the other things, because they started from somewhere where they're not nowadays. But the most things that you see rocking now are really lean, really simple, easy to use. Have a small set of features that are easy to understand and easy to adapt. So focus on making things small instead of big. Wish our product wouldn't have been that simple and easy to use. Sorry for the Microsoft guys here, but I consider that Word is probably the worst example. You all know Microsoft Word. And that's probably, from the UI perspective, one of the worst tools of a modern world. There's a lot of things in display, And nobody ever thought that what is necessary, what is vital, and what is not needed, what can be hidden under some kind of a menu somewhere really, really far. Typically, the products that people tend to build will end up look like this. Not simple, and not easy to use. And I think, again, it relates to the fact that we are thinking, as we build the startups, we are thinking building the business through glasses of building a product. And there's nothing wrong itself in building a product. The product is necessity. But making something simple, it's like the quotes that you can see if you look at the Google. Google is type a word and search it. Apple, touch it. And typically your product, our products that are built are filled with menus, filled with different stuff that most probably, at least a big portion of those, make no sense for the end user. Our designers hear a lot of customers asking that why can't we be as simple as Google? Why can't it be as intuitive as Google? Just type the word here. And I think the key fact is that Google is not simple. Google is really complex. It is really, really complex, but the complex is hidden from the end user. End user doesn't need to know everything that you know. Wish we wouldn't have listened our end users so much. Now again, looking through the mobile glasses, looking through the modern glasses is that for the first time ever, we have a media that is personal, meaning that these devices are used by individuals and they are personal. They're really personal in a sense that typically the thing, if you consider the product development, it starts with the fact that how does the user log in? Well, it doesn't need to log in. It's personal, isn't it? For the first time in history, we have a channel where we know who did what, when, and where without probably even asking the users. You consider the print media, you consider the web media. In contrast to all of those medias, we know who has been doing what and when. We probably don't even want to know who he or she is. But we know what they have been doing. And I think from the service creation point of view, that is by far the most important aspect. We know our users. We know them thoroughly. And now, with disclaimer, as soon as the legislation keeps as it is now. Wish we would have focused less on numbers. There's a lot of startups, a lot of entrepreneurs here who think they know their numbers thoroughly. We know what people have been doing. We know how they behave. And for the first time, I think in the same channel, we have the media to change at the same time. So if you consider, for instance, the print or the web or anything else, you get the insights, but you cannot incentivize in the same manner. You cannot, you can't alert people. Also, the world is filled with beautiful tracking tools. For startups, I think one of the key things that we keep pondering in each and every project where we are involved is what numbers should we focus on? And an easy example. There is a lot of entrepreneurs, as I said, and you're about to found something magical. You will have the first investor discussion, probably today here, or probably later. And the investors will ask you, that how about the revenue stream? But we don't have any revenue stream yet, right? We are just about to build the product, or we have built the product, but still we don't have any revenues. Is there any future? And this, I mean, about focusing on the numbers, because obviously there can be a lot of variations which numbers you need to focus on. But nevertheless, you can get all the numbers when you're operating in mobile. It's funny, and now again, I trust that you belong to minority, that fairly often, if we have a discussion that, what should be the business model, how we should approach this product or market or users, and I ask about the business model, it's occasionally, about 50% of the cases, it seems that the revenue stream and the number discussion happens in the 15th clause. So as I have discussion with someone, the number thing is not about, it's not the third sentence, it's the 15th sentence. When I asked that, how did you intend to make money? About half of those, and there is probably nothing wrong with this model, is that they say that when we have millions of users, then we'll make revenue. Yes, that's fine. That's most probably that's true. But I clearly see that typically you need to have a fairly big pocket to reach the millions of users in order to make the revenue. In mobile, you can get easily attractive numbers. That's my message. Sessions per day. Consider users are having these devices in their pockets. Sessions per day, length, acquisition costs, whatever. You can easily build attractive numbers. And I think it is also one of the biggest key aspects in building a great experience. Final slide. I took this sixth slide only due to the fact that we're in Finland, because this is true only in Finland. I wish we would have signed more NDAs. What is the background? So you've probably all been traveling all around the world in different startup events or in different events. And you realize that in Finland, as we start the discussion that should we make together something, would there be some kind of a connection, business connection in between the two of us? The first thing before shaking the hands is that, could you sign the NDA? Because, could you sign the NDA? The thing that I just saw 30 minutes ago, I think that is beautiful. That is just so beautiful, is that people pitching not only their product, but their business model, how they're going to make money in order to get feedback. Not only to get money, but also to get feedback. And I think, again, if we look through the glasses of mobile glasses, because building the winning team is necessity. You never win the game through the NDAs, but you win it building the winning team. Thank you, and I have NDAs there to sign.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Don't run away just yet. Let's take a couple of questions, about those NDAs.
Yes.
How did you come up with those phrases?
I would probably say that one of the things that typically these presentations are a bit severe. I wanted to get away with the severity because the business needs to be fun at the same time. But there's a lot of truth. There's a lot of truth if you consider the projects or the businesses where you've been operating. Typically, we end up building too complex things. We hit the markets late. We focus on signing the NDAs and protecting our stuff that nobody can sell it. Occasionally, we focus on fundraising and the innovation over the team, and the team is the core thing. A consultant tells you the team isn't that a bit of an opposite. I should be actually selling my expertise to you, but I consider the other way around, that if the team internally doesn't have the capability, consider you will have the discussion with the investors here. You don't have the capability. Can the investors invest? How about the exit discussions? So I thought that, I think they're all true. It doesn't need to always be that severe.
What are the must-haves in an early mobile team? What would you collect? And if you're thinking globally, would you collect people from different parts of the world in the beginning also?
I think this is kind of a globally equal. I think the world is and has been and is transitioning towards more graphical, obviously, more clean, more beautiful, more like, we want to buy not only what we see, but what we love from the design and from the user point of view. And I think that highlights the importance of not only the user experience, but also design, the gimmicks, the things that you can just build there, which are kind of irrelevant from the databases and from everything underneath the surface. Secondly, I think I've seen a lot of startups that should have a CTO. So someone senior that knows enough about the tech. And now enough, I mean that you don't need to know everything. But if the thing comes at hand, that you have outsourced things, let's say that you have bought either, because from consultant you buy only speed or insight, but only speed or insight, nothing else, basically. That should be the way. If you have outsourced a lot and you don't have the CTO role there, there needs to be the transition phase. You're having the investor discussions, you will be having the exit discussions, the due diligence process, etc. You need to have the knowledge in-house, so the basic tech knowledge. But I would emphasize on the experience, and I would probably emphasize on the business development as well. And now business development meaning consumer-led business development process. By no offense, there's a lot of people from Nokia that have been building great and big things, but I think a bit leaner approach and a bit more to the consumer-led design-driven process.
All right, thank you so much. You're going to be available for some Q&A, right?
Yes,
you can,
I will be here.
Do some one-on-ones there in the deal room. So if you want, you can ask some questions. All right, thank you so much.
And have a beautiful, sunny, not sunny, it will be always sunny day.
Sunny day. Thank you so much.